So what I'm going to do here, guys, is just show you how I cut, basically resize and cut my watercolor paper to try and get somewhat of a deckled edge. I don't like to use scissors. I want to try and keep a natural edge. I know I won't have the beautiful deco like this, but I will have one like this. So as you see, I have marked off my dimensions with pencil and drew a line down the center because I want to have a surface for two 11 by 14 paintings. So these are already 11 here on both sides. And then this measurement, the horizontal measurement here, is 15 inches. So obviously you'd want to tape it off a ½ inch on top and bottom, or just mark it with a pencil line for the 11 by 14 dimension. You don't have to mark it off or tape it. You can just frame it in a mat. You can paint it all the way to the edge and just frame it in a 11 by 14 mat and place it wherever you want. But you also have the ability to tape it off or demark the measurement with a pencil. So what I'm going to do is, and this can get a little tricky, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay my paper down here, like against this edge, okay? And I'm going to, I just want to make sure I'm on the line, exactly on the line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this over. Got to hold it down with all your might because the paper is really hard to fold. I'm going to fold it over the edge of your ruler, like so. And then I'm going to press it down like this, right? Making sure. Now I'm going to undo it real quick because I want to make sure I'm on the line. Yeah, I am. Okay, so I'm going to go back to it right here. Whoops, got to hold it really steady. Actually, I'm going to do this. I move my, I'll show you. Okay, so I moved my T-bar off the surface, because that way I won't have a gap. And I am going back to the line here, hold it real tight, and then again, fold it over like this, like that, making sure it's flush to the edge of your ruler, okay? Making sure it's flush. All right, now take it like that. All right, so I got my first, as you can see, fold down, okay? Now I'm going to turn it over on itself. And again, I'm going to come here and I'm going to try and get this as close to the line as possible right there. You got to make sure that you are actually on that line. And I'm going to use this again. I'm going to place it flat there. And it's a little bit off right here. So it's like a tiny bit off right there. But do this like that. Okay, now we're going to do another fold the other way. Now, one side of this paper is really marked up and messy, so I'm not going to use that side. The other side, I have gesso on. There is a little bit of lead coming off on my paper from this T-square, but I'm going to get that off. I wanted to go back here to the line, press down really hard, and again, like that fold. Okay, now I'm going to take this out. Let's do this again. Turn it over on itself again. Actually, I'm going to try and get that up real quick before it gets super dirty. I don't want it to get totally trash there. But this does have gesso, so it's more than likely going to be mixed media. But still, I want a clean surface. So, okay, so now I'm going to go back here. And again, I'm going to go make sure. So what I'm going to do now is keep doing this, and I want to score it. Where is my, okay, I'm trying to find my, right here. This is a, here, I'll use that, right, again. Okay, turn it over again, like this. Obviously, this is a lot easier when you use 140-pound paper. It's a lot easier to fold over. Plus, I think the addition of the gesso on this makes it a little harder. We're going to keep doing this over and over till it gets, it almost cuts itself when you do this because you're kind of detaching the fibers from one another. So we're just going to use this. Okay, one more time. It's almost pretty flimsy. Couple more times doing this. Back and forth, and you're already seeing this kind of natural decal right there, okay? Because this is, again, it's cotton fiber. It's not wood pulp. It's 100% cotton rag that has been basically mulched together and then put in a screen. And that paper mold, actually, not which is a screen, but it's a paper mold. I've actually made homemade paper before. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. If you ever want to try it, it's great for collage. You can add things to it, beautiful threads, other pieces of colored paper, metallic glitters, or not a lot of that, but you can add a lot. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my rule here, okay, and I'm going to, once again, I'm going to hold this down, and I'm going to take this, and I'm going to, wow, that's tough because of that gesso. We have to pull like this. There we go. Just hold this down tight and just pull. There we go. Now you have 2 sheets of watercolor paper. Like I said, it's a lot easier with 140-pound, but also without the gesso. It's a lot easier to tear. But this is a nice way for you to get another piece of watercolor paper that has the more natural looking edge instead of a clean scissor cut edge. So I don't know why I like to do it this way, but I do. I don't really like using scissors to cut watercolor paper at all. I either use an X-Acto knife if I want a straight edge, or I do this. But this is my favorite way to do it, rather than have a straight edge. So there you go. You got two sheets now ready to go and use to paint whatever you want. So there you go, guys.